sewing room. I'm so glad y'all are here. I am. It's a Sunday afternoon, and tomorrow is going to be very, very cold. Yes, it is. I'm not looking forward to that. Not even a little bit, because I have things I have to do tomorrow, and I cannot just stay at home and be in where it's warm. So I'm really kind of saddened that I can't just stay in and be snuggly. But I can't. It's even supposed to snow tomorrow. And y'all, that to me is January, and I'm not ready for snow. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. I need my 60 degrees in the middle of the day kind of thing going. I can go with 60 degrees, even 50 in the middle of the day, I can handle. When it gets below that in the middle of the day, I just freeze to death. Some of y'all have told me my iron might be low or my iodine or several things, and that's a possibility, but I'm just a cold person. I'm just a very cold-natured person. So since I have to be out tomorrow and I cannot stand for my neck to be cold, it didn't used to bother me, but anymore I can't. That's the reason I'm wearing my hair down. I'm wearing my hair down because it'll keep my neck warm. So that's why I'm wearing my hair down, because it'll help keep my neck warm. So we are going to make us a scarf. Easy peasy, simple scarf. Yes, we are. I didn't have what I wanted to use as the base of my scarf because I didn't go out anywhere to get it. A lot of times this time of the year, you can find those little fleece scarves at Wally World or even Dollar Tree, any of those places. If you can find just a solid color fleece scarf, that makes the perfect base for this project. Since I did not have that, we are going to have to back up and punt, as they say. So I'm going to use flannel because I love flannel. Flannel is soft, it's snuggly, it's warm. I'm going to use flannel. And I have got 4 pieces of flannel, 8 inches wide by, I'll tell you how long they are. About 42 or 43 inches. Something walking around in there. Okay, now then, what we need to do with that is, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I will. And then I cut me 2 pieces, not 4, but 2 pieces of this cheater print, like we did our jacket sleeves with. Won't that be cute, a scarf to match our jacket? Oh, yes, 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 it will. Plus, this was the only cheater print I had. I know I need to start looking for some more because I love working with these. It's so much fun. And I've got 2 pieces about the same length as my white pieces, give or take a hair bit. And I have that because that was the length of this piece of fabric that I had. I did not have any more than that lengthwise, or I would have cut it all in one piece. But I didn't. And I got to thinking, well, it's probably better that I didn't, because you see how they're this way and they're this way. And you don't want our little ladies to stand on their heads. So we're going to lay them down and put their heads together. So the tops of them are together like this. And lay these right sides together, and we're going to stitch down through here with 1/4 inch seam, straight seam right across through there. No big deal. Okay? And then when you open it up, you've got, ladies, from your center point standing up each direction. So when you lay it around your shoulders, they're all upside right. I know. Isn't that smart? I know. So we're going to stitch that, as well as we're going to lay our flannel pieces right sides together, and we are going to stitch those. And I have cut these 8 inches wide. Now, if you want a wider scarf, cut it 10. If you want it more narrow, cut it 6 or 7. That's totally up to you. That's just the measurements, and I went, okay, I want my scarf to be about that wide. So that's what I cut. There's no right or wrong to this. This is just a very simple project. And y'all, these make great Christmas gifts. Oh, my mercy gracious, people will go nuts for these things at Christmas. Yes, they will. They'll go, oh, I just love it. And it's something they're going to use because it's going to feel like a blanket wrapped around your neck. I know, really? I know, a blanket. Because that's what we want. We don't want an old lacy scarf that the wind gets through. We want something warm. Yes, we do. So we have a blanket. I know. Okay, so let's go stitch those and then come back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. All right, here are our pieces. Right here they are. There's seam number 1 on our fabric, on our printed fabric. We're going to lay that pretty side down, okay? Pretty side down, seam side up. Now then, on our backing and lining, that's what both of these are, we're going to lay it seam side down, pretty side up, okay? Because this is the way you want it, and you want to match these seams right here in the center. You want them to be matched, and this should be the same width because we cut them both 8 inches, and that should come right over there, just like so. Matching your seams so that it's all in the center here, okay? I think my backing's just a little bit wider, but you know what? That's just fine. Will not hurt one thing because we're going to put a binding around it. It'll be fine. Okay? Now then, we're through cutting. But we do want to lay this out here like this. And we want to put some pins in it. And yes, you want to use pins, not just clips. You want to use pins. Make sure you don't have any wrinkles in it because I've got a wrinkle right there. So you just want to put a bunch of pins in it. Here, there, and somewhere else. If you want to clip the edges, you can. But I'm just choosing to randomly stick some pins in it to hold it. And then I bet y'all know what we're going to do next. Do you? I bet you do. We're going to take it over here and we're going to quilt it. Like a little baby quilt. That's what we're making, just a little baby quilt for our neck. Now this is about as simple a project as you can do. Okay? It really is. You're getting the basics of your quilting by layering your sandwich. You can put quilt batting in the middle of this if you want to, and 2 pieces of fabric. I'm just using flannel because I have it and I like it and it makes a good weight, and you know. But if you want to do quilt batting in the middle and really make it a quilt, then I say go for it, because that's what you need to do if that's what you want to do. Okay? So, and then you're going to quilt it however your little heart desires. Now, me, I'm going to follow my stitches, my hexies on here, just like I did my sleeves. If you've not watched that video of the jacket sleeves, you can go watch that because that jacket turns out so stinking cute. It does. And this will be adorable with it. So I'm going to do around each hexie, and I will do that by going across in lines, these like this, and then I'll come back and connect them up. Alrighty? So go quilt it, and then come back and we'll get ready to do the binding, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, here's our scarf so far. We've got to put some binding on it because it's a little mini quilt, and little mini quilts need binding as well as big quilts. So we're going to bind this. And I have this lovely fabric right here. It's got all these little girls on it, these little women, my little women. And since I do not want any of them to stand on their head in the binding, we've only got our pieces so long. We're also going to do the same thing we did with our other pieces. We're going to put them together to where their heads are together, and we're going to sew 2 of them right like that. Then we've got 2 more long ones. We're going to do that with these 2. These will be our side pieces, okay? And then we've got these pieces for the bottom, all right? So let's get these sewn together, 1/4 inch seam right across the end right here. These are not cut on the bias. They don't have to be unless you're going around a lot of curves and things, and we're not going to be going around curves. So they're not cut on the bias. They're just cut 2-inch strips. I cut 2 inches because that way that gives me a 1/4 inch on each, or a 1/2 inch on each side. Front and back of my finished binding will be a 1/2 inch. Okay? All right, now then, bring y'all over here and turn you down so you can see what I'm doing. I've got my seam right here. This is the center back seam. This is the back. That's our flannel. That's what we want to sew our binding to, right here. I'm going to put a clip on it right here. And we're going to see if we've got enough, and we don't. So I'm going to need to add some more right here. So I'll probably have to cut another piece. I've got these other 2 that I'd cut in 2 to put across the bottom. Will that go? That might work. So let's just add this to here. Like this. Put a clip on that so I get it right. All right, now then, I lengthened these out by a little bit, by 20. I had another 18 inches to each piece. So what I'm going to do here is, since I've got all these seams in here, I'm just going to do it this way, right here. Come up through here. First, we need to trim this right across here. So we've got a good straight right here. Let's trim right across here. Right there. That's perfect. All right, now then, we're going to take onto our back side in the center. Is where we want to do this, okay? Just going to finger press this a little bit so I just kind of know that that's my starting and my stopping point. And we're going to sew right up through here. Put some clips on it. And you're going to sew right here, and you're going to stop. And you're going to pivot. And when you pivot, you're going to turn your fabric into a 90-degree. Just like so. Just like that. And then you will stitch down this corner right here, okay? Then you're just going to continue to stitch all the way around here. At a quarter or a little more. A 1/2 inch seam, about a 1/2 inch or so. And we're going to see how close that comes in on the other side down there. I hope that we have enough. Come all the way down this side. We do not. Oh, but I can cut that off just a little bit. So that may be what we have to do. Just cut it off a smidgen. No, because this is not going to look right, because I've got to fix it. I can't just let them go upside down. I just cannot do that, y'all. So, in all of my craziness, we're going to put this right here back on the middle. And I'm going to cut another piece right here. Another 2-inch strip off of here. And then I'm going to cut it in two. All right. 2-inch strip. And then I'll cut it in two. Okie doke. Now then, we will have enough. There we go. Now then, we've got to find this end right here. We're going to sew these to where they continue to go one direction. Okay? Sew that. Now then, on this one, this has to be sewn let's see, what side are we on that needs the extra fabric? Needs to be this one right here. And we're doing the head to the feet again on this one. All right, now then, we should be good to go. All right, so we've got this lined up, our center, and they're going this direction. See, they're standing that way and they're standing this way, which is what we want them to do. I'm going to go ahead and clip this on here because this side has plenty. Now, if you're not using a directional fabric, you don't have to worry with this. You can make one great big long piece of binding and go with it. Or you can buy binding at the store. That is perfectly fine. I've always been one that I wanted all of my binding to match. So, I've always been a little bit odd like that. This is going to come out all the way across here on this end right here. All right. Got plenty there for that. Should have the same amount on this side. And I will press this and stitch it. And then this will come in and stitch right across that end. Perfect. Yay! Then we just have to do this side up here. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. All right, so let's see which direction these go. And we will get all of these little women put together like this. Okay. Now then, let's see if we've got this to match here. Because it all has to come back to the center point, doesn't it? So let's see what we've got going down through here, and we'll try to get it to where it comes together in the center of the end. Okay, that's what we're going to shoot for. All right, we've still got to sew this together, so I'm going to stop right here because this has to be sewn together. Okay, and these seams should be the same on both sides. Yes, and then we will turn this. Once we sew these, then we will go all the way around. All right, let's see. This side right here has got to be cut off. We did not do that. So let's do that real quick. Make sure we've got everything out of the way. There it is. Lost the rotary cutter. All right, everything's out of the way. Let's cut this right along here. And y'all, I'm using my lines here, so I know that I've got it cut straight. Okay, there we go. Now then, oh, this is going to be so cute, y'all. So cute. Because on the back side here, see, it'll have that on the back. Ah, yes, 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 yes. So incredibly adorable. Adorable. All right, same thing down this side here. Right down through here. All right, now then, when we do this, you will stitch. You're going to stitch right up through to here. Stop with your needle in the down position. Hold your fabric and turn it like this. And where your needle is, it'll pivot right here, okay? And then this will be up like this. Come to there, stop, pivot, and go this direction. All right, easy peasy. Then you're going to do the same thing on this side. And it's got a line right there. Matter of fact, let's just draw that line on there. This piece of chalk right here. See that? There's our line. When we're stitching, we want to come to right there and stop. Okay? And you're stitching, you come to right there and stop. Alrighty? Alright, I'm going to go sew these other two, press them, and stitch around part way, and then I'll bring y'all back and we'll finish it up. Alright, now I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to do my end right here. I want y'all to be able to see this. Okay, this is where I'm coming in. This is where I started, right here. Just started stitching right along there. I've left me a little tail, and I'm going to fold that back right like that. I'm going to fold this tail right over the top of that and just stitch right down through there until they come back to meet. Just like that. Just like that, we've got our binding halfway on. Now then, we've got to do the front side. So I'm going to take it to the ironing board and I'm going to press under right here, just about 1/4 of an inch, right like that, all the way around. Then I'm going to pull it to right there, to where that seam is, and I'm going to press that seam right like that. And then I will take this and I will flip it over and I will put some clips in it, come back, and I'll top stitch that, and it'll be finished. Okay, let's try this. It just shut off on me a minute ago. I've been wearing my scarf. I washed it, and it's got the flannel on it, so it's just nice and snuggly. And look at it. And it goes so cute with our jacket. People stop me and go, "Oh my gosh, you are so cute. That's just the cutest scarf. It looks like a quilt." And I'm like, yeah, it really is just like a little baby quilt. That's wrapped around your neck and your ears. And it keeps you so warm. It really does. Make you a little quilted scarf. You will love it. And so will everybody else. I love mine. And it, like I said, it goes so cute with my jacket. I love it. Love, 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 love. Yesterday, I actually had on my quilted overalls, my jacket with the sewing machine on the back and these sleeves, and this scarf. Oh, yes, I look like a walking quilt. I did, but I didn't care. I loved it. Loved every minute of it. People stop me and say, "Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever." Yes. So, make you some quilted clothes. Quilts are not just for your bed. You can wear them. Yes, you can. So go make you some quilted clothes. And have a good rest of your day or evening or whatever time of day this is you're watching this video. If it's night, I hope y'all have a good night's sleep and rest well. If it's morning, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to hit that hot button. Thanks.